Guess what today is? Just got the phone call from the post office. Our 20 baby chicks are here. All right, let's go get them. Just got out of the post office. Look what we got. Let's take a little peek before we bring them home. Can you see in there? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that wholesome goodness. 20 chicks are in there. Can you believe they fit 20 chicks in that little box? Look at that. Alright. Let's head home. And we'll get them in our new brooder that we built. Make sure you check out that video. And hit the subscribe button. Let's see how these guys look. Let's go home. We're back. That was quick. Everything's always quicker and fast forward, right? Let me get them out of here. Come on, guys. You want to get nice and warm? So, if this is your first time getting baby chicks in the mail, first thing you want to do is bring them in, get them warm. Because imagine they've been in transport for up to 72 hours, they say. These guys have only been in the mail since yesterday. So, but still, they want to be warm. Show them some water. It's a little cold out here. We're up in New York, so you never know if it's going to snow or rain in May. So turn the lights on so you can actually see me. There you go. Alright. You can hear our other babies chirping away. In case you haven't watched the video on the brooder, here it is. Nice and warm in the box. There we go. Barred rock. Barred rock. These are all females. Buff Wolverhampton. When you take them out, you want to place them in there nice and easy. Get them kind of close to the heat lamp, not directly under it, because you don't know if that's a little too hot for them. You don't want to throw them right in there. So get them kind of warm. Then what I like to do is I like to take them and dip their beak in the water over there. Make sure they know where the water is. Think about it. These chicks probably have not eaten in their whole life, because they were born, hatched, and then they were put in a box, and here they are. You see them all huddling right there. They're going to start huddling under that heat lamp. So far everybody looks good. Everybody looks happy. There you go. So we got buff Wolverhamptons, 10 of them, and we got 10 barred rocks. Those are two of my favorite chickens. Let's see, make sure we ain't got any strays. We got one left in here. So this is normal. We got one that's, see him? He's not doing all too well. So basically what I'll do is I'll hold him under the heat lamp a little bit, get him warm, see if we can't get him going again here. Come on, little buddy. His feet feel a little cold, so he just got a little cold. Sometimes you can do this, it'll warm him up and it'll spruce him right back. Don't get him too close to the heat lamp. See how my thumb's up there? My thumb's closer to the heat lamp than him, so I kind of feel when it gets too warm. You don't want to just put them up there and cook them. yet. He might make it. He just looks a little lethargic because he's cold. That's the sad part about farm animals. Sometimes, you know, you have to accept some loss, especially in chicks. I mean, you lose 1 or 2 out of 20. It's not really horrible. Unfortunately, it's sad because you want everything to live, and especially when there's kids. You know, kids want them all to live. Let's get them all a little bit of water. And look at that bundle of cuteness. So here's their water. You just basically take them nice and gentle. Give them a little dip with their beaks. Some of them are going to run away. Once you get a couple of them to do it, good thing about chickens is they copy each other. You notice that they all start going one way and they'll all follow them. There you go. There you go, guys. Leave him right there. Right. Feels like a nice temperature to rejuvenate him. I'll keep you updated. So, as you saw on the fast forward, she's doing a lot better. She's right there. When I took out of the box and wasn't doing very well, just needed a little heat, little love, keep these guys from trampling her. Moved her around a couple times. Here they are eating, already drinking, doing good, staying warm. So let's talk about, you're thinking about getting chickens. They're super cool. One thing you want to keep in mind is, what is your goal? Are you going to eat your chickens? Are you going to just get eggs? How many chickens do you want? Well, first thing you should think of is, how much space do you have for chickens? Do you have 2 square feet per chicken? That's what they're going to need, is 2 square feet. Some people do 3, some people do 5. If you free range your chickens, free range is basically you let them out of the coop during the day. You need a little less space, but 2 is a good number to stick with. Another idea is, think about their feed. Here's feed. I'm soaking that. You can save 25% if you soak your feed. Think about it like this. Each chicken growing is going to eat 1/4 pound. So 4 chickens is going to eat 1 pound. So for every 4 chickens you have, you're going to use 1 pound of food per day. If you soak it, you can get down to about 3/4 pound. So you can save 25% on your feed bill. So think of it this way. 4 birds, if you don't soak your feed, is going to cost you 30 cents a day to feed. So an average chicken eats 1.5 pounds in a week. So think of that, 1.5 pounds in a week. That's without giving them food scraps, that's without soaking your food. So if you soak your food, give them food scraps, you could probably get that down to 1 pound a week per chicken. So say you have 20 chickens. You're going to go through 20 pounds of feed in 1 week. So an average bag has 50 pounds. So you can figure it out. $15, divide that out by 20 birds. That's how much it's going to cost you. Before you go buy chickens, make sure you have a good place for them, enough room. If you're going to free range, make sure you got enough for free range. You're not going to bug your neighbors. I suggest don't get a rooster if you're in the city or not in the country. And make sure you don't get too many birds. You do want to figure in that you might lose 2 or 3 birds, depending on how many you buy. Like we almost lost that guy there. Look how good she's doing. She's doing real good now. She's starting to look around. She'll be starting to get some food. So here's our brooder. This is 6 feet by 2. If you look on our channel, you can see when I built it. Look at them all right here. All right, so let me take you outside and I'll show you the coop I have for them. So we already have some chickens. We had a little predator problem last year, so we only have 7 of our chickens left. We started with 12. We decided we want more eggs. Basically, our idea is to have enough chickens. Oh, it's bright out here. So there's 9 of us in the household. We have 7 kids, 2 adults. If we sit down and have breakfast, that's a dozen eggs, just one breakfast. We go through a loaf of bread if we do, say, garlic bread, put a little garlic on there. That's a whole loaf of bread. If we make sandwiches, we need at least a loaf of bread to do that. So our idea is to have enough chickens so that we have an abundance of eggs. I love pickling eggs. I'll eventually do a video on my pickled eggs and pickled spicy eggs. But I like the pickled eggs. We like to eat eggs. The kids love hard-boiled eggs. Honk, honk, honk. That's our guard geese there. He sees me out here. We have one sitting on eggs. I'll show you that in one second. So the point is we have 20 hens in there. And then we have the hens we already have. So we'll probably start getting about 24 eggs a day, which seems like a lot. But if we just have breakfast every day, that's half of that. So our idea is to set up, we're on a huge main road here. So the idea is to set up a little hutch by the road with a little cooler in it and sell our eggs and help compensate that feed cost. So we're not spending all the money on feed. We can have the eggs, so the chickens kind of produce their own money for us. We're not expecting to make a profit or a lot of money off it. We're just expecting to have some eggs for basically free, and the kids love playing with the chickens and the ducks. So there it is. Now, you don't have to do something extravagant as that. I kind of went all out. I did have the roof in from another building I took down. If you know my business, I take down barns and build farm tables. So I end up with like a lot of roof, definitely a lot of metal roofing. I end up with a lot of wood. So I went all out. You don't have to go all out. You can buy one at Tractor Supply or mom and pop shop, even better. Or you can have someone custom build it, or you can build it yourself. I was going for like the kind of like a Chinese, Japanese feel with it. Feels like I got it. So we got our chickens up there. It's early in the morning, so they're not out yet, and our guard geese are right here. That's Sunny. He stands in the water all morning waiting for me to come over and let him out. And then in the back corner, I'm not going to get too close because they'll honk. In the back corner, Cher is sitting on eggs. So May 25th or around there, we should start having some little goslings here. So if you decide to mail order your chicks, which most people do because it's hard to find somebody that's going to hatch them out for you and then sell them to you. So most people mail order them. So before you mail order them, make sure you have these things. A brooder, basically a bin big enough to keep them in and keep them safe. Preferably put it indoors so you don't have to worry about predators. Plus it's easier to keep it warm if you're in a colder climate. A heat lamp. Make sure you have a heat lamp or some way to keep them warm. Think about it. Their mom sits on them, keeps them a nice warm temperature. And they were about 95 degrees for the last 20 so days before they hatched. So make sure that you have a way to keep them warm. Also feed. Make sure you have feed. Now you don't have to have 24% protein in your feed unless you're doing meat birds. It doesn't hurt to have a higher feed, protein in the feed, but you can do 16% or so, Tractor Supply, or you can go with like an organic brand, spend a little extra money. Also, you need water, a thing to put water in. Now, don't just think you're going to get a bowl and put it at the bottom of that. Believe me, I've tried that. I'm like, oh, just get a bowl and a dish, put it at the bottom. I do put my feed in a dish when they're little. I'll show you. They just climb in. You see they're learning how to eat. And they can scratch it all around, let them play with it. But that's, I mean, these guys are only 2 days old. So eventually I'll put their feet in one of those dishes, you know, with the round circles so they can't jump in it, scratch it around. I just do that for the first couple days so they can go in there, they all get a feel for it, they can act like a chicken, no big deal. And then a waterer. So don't just put the water in a bowl. They will get hay in there or whatever your substrate is, and it'll leach right out there and get it wet, and then they get wet, and once a chick gets wet, their chance of survival gets lower because they get cold. They can't really regulate their temperature. I mean, look at them. They're fuzzy and cute. I mean, look how cute they are. But they don't have any feathers. So how are they supposed to keep themselves warm? They usually have mom keep them warm, so now you're mom. So you got to keep them warm. Make sure they're warm. Bedding. Make sure you have bedding. This is sanitized straw from Tractor Supply. So the important part is to have fun. Isn't that why you bought your chicks? Have fun. Have your own food. Look at them. The kids love them. Look at those little chirps. It's kind of therapeutic to listen to them chirp, isn't it? We do have some roosters. We do hatch our own eggs. It's funny because the raccoon last year got all the Buff Orringtons. That's the yellow guys down there. And then these guys are barred rocks. They basically have the stripes like a zebra. Anybody that knows us personally or is on our Facebook page knows that the kids call the barred rocks zebra chicken. So we have zebra chickens.